Ladies and gentlemen, consumers of motor vehicles, motoring enthusiasts, and anyone who's interested in strategy games, welcome to Production Line. My name, of course, is Over the Potato. This is a game where you are in control of a car manufacturing facility. It's very fun. It's very good. I'm very excited to jump right on into it. Before we jump right on into it, though, we should probably talk about exactly why I am playing this game. At this exact time. Well, there's been a new mod released, which is called the Design Variety Pack, and this basically adds a bunch of extra different types of cars to the game. It adds a bunch of different designs for the already existing cars, I should say. There's no description at the moment. That's because I'm playing the mod before it actually releases. Or the DLC before it actually releases, so you'll just have to take my word for it. We'll see the changes in the game. Also, this game is continually being updated, so some stuff might change by the time that you play it. Anyway, I'm thinking I've started a bunch of series of Production Line before, and I've had a fair amount of success, a fair amount of failure. But I've played on most types of factories, but I haven't yet played on Detroit. The reason why is because building small, sort of intricate systems in this game is challenging, is very, very challenging. And I dare say that I'm maybe not the most competent person in the world at building small, complex systems. Even, I dare say, strategy games, I'm perhaps not the most competent person in the world. I would be the first to admit. Anyway, let's create a nice brand. I don't know. Soaring Eagle Cars question mark. The question mark is actually really, really important. It's a brand signifier, whatever that means, and it basically, I'm using it to connect with the customer, because if I'm telling the customer that I'm not actually sure that what I'm making is good, then maybe the customer is gonna buy my stuff in slightly larger quantities. I don't actually know. That's just a thought. Anyway, let's immediately have a little look at the tech tree. Now, if you've ever played Production Line before, without this mod, you wouldn't see all of these extra design variants. So there are now different ways that we can make the cars and the vans look. I mean, it's not a hugely important update. I'm just using it as an excuse to check out one of my favorite games of all time. I absolutely love Production Line, and any excuse to play it, I absolutely will take that. Okay, so first things first. Let's just get a basic factory established. We'll get a chassis assembly. Let's try something different here. Usually what I do is I start at the bottom end of the map and I work my way up to the top of the map. So I put this chassis assembly here, the quality check goes up there, and that's how it works. On this occasion, I think we're going to try something a little bit different, a little bit sneaky if you'd like. Right, let's start with the chassis assembly right over there. Right, let's get the fit body right over here. Okay, fit body, and then let's go up to painting. I know that I haven't actually got these proportions completely right. Oh. Thanks for that. Not entirely sure why I needed that. Okay. Yeah, so chassis assembly takes 13 minutes. Fit body, we need to get a few more fit bodies, but that's okay. We'll get it all evened out in just a second. Just roll with me for a little bit here, folks. So fit body goes there. Paint goes there. Fit engine, I'm going to stick in over here. Right. I think this is a bug. I have not researched any of the other... What the heck is going on? Yeah, I've not researched anything else. Okay, so after fit accessories, we go down to fit electronics, which is going to go right over there. Right, not entirely sure what's happening. Not entirely sure what's happening at all. Let's roll with it. Let's roll with it. Let's see what happens. Okay, and then quality check. Quality check can be done, I guess, immediately after. Quality check takes a similarly short period of time in comparison to the fit electronics. And then the export is going to go right there. Perfect. Okay. Definitely something a little bit askew, but that's okay. All right. All right. We don't have a super large amount of starting capital, so we're gonna have to just roll with this single setup for now. But trust me, things are gonna get big. Can I not have this interrupting me at every micro opportunity, please? Okay, let's get the conveyors set up. And then let's sort of talk about exactly what we're going to do in terms of resource delivery. Okay. I'm thinking. And the reason that I chose this as the starting location to put my chassis assembly is that right here we've got 2 resource importers, which aren't super important at the moment, but will become much more important as we go later and later into the game. So that can go out there. That can go out there. We'll just sort of chain everything through one single resource importer at the moment. That can go down there. That can go across there. That can connect up there. Yeah, it's literally that simple. It leaves us with whatever it is, $500,000 in the bank, nice and easy. Okay, let's talk about the type of car that we want to make. The sedan. I'm gonna call this the Seagull. I think we should have a bunch of bird-themed cars. Sure. And of course, we are only going to sell the most expensive type of cars, because I'm not interested in the lower end of the market. I'm interested in the high-end market, at least for now. At least for now. I should maybe give it a little bit more of an elegant name than a seagull. What about a pigeon? How do you spell pigeon? That looks not correct, but that's that's how we're gonna roll with it. All right, let's sell a pigeon for let's call the pigeon Mark 1. Sure. Except let's use Roman numerical characters so that it looks a little bit more posh. All right, cool. The Pigeon Mark 1, we got a massive gross profit for that. The market value is 16,000. We're going to be selling it for 200K. That's the sort of markup that I'm interested in. That's right, folks. Anyway, we've got 590,000. What we're going to do is we're going to start the chassis assembly process right over here, which, as it suggests, literally just assembles the chassis. Then it's going to move up, have the body fitted. Then it's going to be painted. The body's going to be painted. And then after that, the engine is going to be inserted into the painted chassis. Then over here, we're going to fit all of the technical upgrades, the electronics. Then we're going to have a quick little quality check. And then we are going to ship it off to our storeroom right over here, which is where all of the cars are going to sit until they are sold for $200,000 a pop. That's right. That's right. It's big money. It's big money, and it's of big importance that we get it right. Okay, whilst that is all ongoing, we should probably get as much research on the go as we possibly can. Research offices are of prime importance in this game. Yes, I'm going to get as many research things as I possibly can. I don't want to go broke, but I do want to get as many research things as I possibly can. Now, where are we going to start our upgrades? I mean, administration historically is something that I've beelined for. I mean, if we can get that right, then that's oftentimes good. Billboard marketing, product placement, sponsorship, banner ad marketing, social media marketing, all new since I played last. I mean, power production is a good, safe bet, and it means that we can save money straight from the outset. I'm gonna try and get myself a loan pretty much as soon as possible. Are there any loans which I'm necessarily interested in? Interest rate daily. The interest rate on this is quite low. So is the loan total. Sure. I'll accept that loan. I'll accept that loan for 2 reasons. First of all, I want to finish out my research expansion. Getting a good amount of research really is the way to success. I'm actually going to stick with just one single fit body for now. And the reason that I'm going to do that is well, I was going to say it's pretty complex, but it's actually not pretty complex. It's actually pretty darn simple. The reason is because I'm really quite cash poor at the moment, and therefore what I can do is I can use this belt as sort of a natural limiter as to how many cars are actually being worked on at any one moment. Right, so let me explain. It takes 13 minutes and 11 seconds for a chassis to be assembled. Fantastic. It takes 32 minutes and 27 seconds for a fit body to be assembled. A body to be attached to the chassis, that's probably a better way of putting it. The point that I'm trying to make is that this thing will very, very quickly back up the conveyor belt to the fit body station, which means that the fit body station will only be releasing a car every 32 minutes. This thing takes 34 minutes to take, so eventually this belt will be backlogged as well. So I guess the sort of painting station is going to be the throughput limiter, so to speak. And then the fit engine takes 22 minutes. The fit electronics barely takes any time. Similarly with the quality check, and similarly with the export area. So basically, what I'm saying is that the painting station and the fit body station in combination will sort of naturally limit the amount of cars that can be worked on the factory floor, so to speak, which I think is fine. I think that that's totally fine. Let's crack it into 3 times speed and see what we've got. I'd like to sort of talk a little bit about marketing and selling my products in a little bit. So the customers per hour for the Pigeon Mark 1, the luxury sedan market is 1.3. 1.3 customers per hour. Customers visits to your showroom per hour. 66 people are visiting at the moment what is an empty showroom. Which is, well, I mean, it's very good of them. And as we can see, the market here, the total market share of the luxury sedan is 1.96%. So just a shade under 2%. Yeah, fine. We don't want to talk about discounts. Discounts are pretty bad for business. But that's not a problem. We can worry about that later. Let's just get our first car to the showroom first, and then we can worry about other stuff. Whoa, hold on. Did I just miss out Did I miss out an entire part of the process? Did I not place a fit accessories? How long does fit accessories take? 14 minutes? Oh, well, that's... I don't want to say that that's super bad, but I mean, that's pretty darn bad as things go. All right. Well, no matter. It's been fixed. Great. Let's choose our next research project. We got power production. Power production, pretty darn easy to do. High output power plants, that's absolutely not required at the moment. I think we'll probably just go into improved efficiency. I could, and I have gone in the past into more robots, but more robots are going to cost us a heck of a lot of money to install. And so therefore, I'm not super interested in sort of just shoveling money down a drain. Right, and then resource conveyor. There we go. All right, we're down to $72,000. But the great news is that financially, things can't really get any worse. Right, let's get faster resource imports. Let's get faster conveyor, faster overhead conveyors. Just get it all sort of added to the queue. Yeah, sure. And also, I do need to place down some power plants. Some power plants, it's always a nice little addition. The great thing about placing power plants is that, where is it? There we go. Yeah, power plants is that they give us free money. They cost 30,000 a pop, and they supply us with 1,800 of power. As you can see, the energy consumed by this factory is 24,000. So what do we need? We'll need like 10, 20 to 15 something, like 15 power plants, give or take, maybe 14. Yeah, 14, 15, or 16 power plants in order to power the entire demand of the factory. So it should be fairly easy once we have the upfront cash to start making some pretty significant ongoing savings. So that's what I'm looking forward to. It's going to be great. It's going to be grand. It's going to be glorious. I tell you what I really don't like. I really don't like the color of this car. Now, I've unlocked a heck of a lot of the colors. I think we want to go for Regency Red for the Pigeon. Yeah, I mean, please just get rid of that yellow. There we go. Thank goodness. It's been removed. So I think that means that we should now produce a bunch of Regency Red cars. We've already got one Regency Red car on the go, but that's just the one. Right. Our first car is going to be exported. This is the first step to success. Okay, great. We now have a car in the showroom. It's got basic features, very, very basic features. In fact, it's got such basic features that we should probably think about unlocking some feature technologies, and we will do that in just a second. But for now, let's just hope and pray that this car finds its home. As we know, there is one customer per hour. Hopefully that customer isn't going to be put off by the ludicrous price tag, or the terrible name, or the lack of features. All right. There's now 2 cars. But the good news is, right, is that we only need to sell like 1 car, and we are totally fine. We're totally fine for a long time. But in saying that, if we don't sell a car, then that puts us in a bit of a dodgy situation. Because then we won't have any money. Now, here's the funny thing about production line. I will accept an assistive loan, and then I will repay that loan early, so that we can maintain another loan slot. Right, come on, just sell a car. Sell a car. All right. Right, faster conveyor, that's nice. It's not super essential, but it's kind of nice. Trust me, the cars are gonna get sold, and when they start to sell, they're gonna be flying off the shelves. They're gonna be flying off the shelves. It's gonna be so great. Okay, got the faster conveyor. It's not super essential actually. Let's start researching safety features and all of this nonsense. We'll just add all of the technological whiz-waz. That is a technical term, mind you. You probably wouldn't understand it though, because you're not in the business of making cars. Whiz-waz. Yep, let's start making all of the technical whiz-waz. Or researching all of the technical whiz-waz, I should say. So that will allow us to add some new features to our fairly depressingly scant featureless cars at the moment. We've done nothing but lose money, and we've got nothing but vehicles in the showroom. Yeah, it's not ideal. It's not ideal. It's not ideal at all. It seems that consumers aren't interested in buying my car. Not a single sale. Not a single darn sale. That is so unbelievably ridiculous. I can't believe it. Okay, well, how long have you been in the showroom? You've been in the showroom for 3 hours, 180 customers, and every single customer is looking for a different body style. Now, I think looking for a different body style means that we need to think about the type of car that we are selling, and that, in a sense, means that we need to start thinking about changing the where is it? The sedan design. Sedan. Maybe there's not a different sedan design. Maybe there are only other type of designs for other cars. Oh no, here it's down here. There we go. Yeah, I need to get a what do you call it? A design station. What is it? It's called a body design. It's body design station, and it's a bit of research that I need to research first. It's right here. Yeah, design studio. Okay, so let's also add that to the queue as well, and then let's add that to the queue as well. Okay, so we'll start the queue off. It's a lot of stuff that needs to get done, but that's okay. In the meantime, whilst we're waiting for all of that to complete, and whilst we're waiting for our first Pigeon Mark 1 to actually sell, which I'm still hopeful of, by the way. I'm still hopeful. I'm very, very hopeful that somebody is going to be silly enough to just buy a car straight up outright. If not, then that's okay. We can tailor the price. The reason that I like doing this is that we can use the discounts feature. We can use the discounts feature to periodically discount the car, which in a sense means that we end up pretty darn close to the perfect market price for the vehicle. So what we'll do is we'll start off. We will say, okay, so cars that have been in the showroom for... How long have you been in the showroom? You've been in the showroom for 5 hours. I mean, I feel that we should wait until at least 10 hours, right? So 10 hours in the showroom, and that will net a 10% discount. Sure. So that'll take the price of the car down to whatever it is, 180,000, which means that we can shift it, hopefully, slightly quicker. I'm making rather a lot of luxury cars at the moment, and there are nowhere near enough consumers to buy them. But that's okay. I'm positive, I'm hopeful, things are going to be great. And again, it just goes back to the whole idea of sort of naturally limiting the production of these cars, because there's just not that much demand for them. And until we unlock different variants of the car. Oh, did you see that? Did you see that? Did you see our income spike? That's right. That's because some sucker bought our car. That's right, baby. We sold a Pigeon Mark 1. The luxury sedan. The luxury sedan finds an idiot customer. Oh, it's great. That's great news. That's great news. So literally just that one car being sold is just fantastic, and it just gives us so much more money. You see, this is how luxury manufacturers make their money. They find idiots, and they sell cars to them. It's literally that simple. So it might be another little while before we find another customer, but that's okay because our expenses are relatively low, and that's kind of where we want to keep them, honestly. It's not actually super important that we sell a bunch of cars at the moment. All we need to do is really sell enough cars to break even. That's pretty much it. Sell enough cars to break even, and we're fine. The other thing that we do need to consider is, unfortunately, I think we need to sell a certain number of cars before we can unlock chassis specialization, body specialization, paint specialization, engine specialization, etc. We need to sell 10 cars. So we will need to probably go on a flash sale at some point, unless we are prepared to wait here for a significant period of time. Somebody bought an identical model. Yeah, that's a shame. Customers, come to me. I cannot believe that we actually managed to sell a car. I am genuinely astounded by this fact. But it's great news. Okay. Yeah, so for example, we need to get steering specialization, which is a technology in processes. I believe it'll be right over here. Yep, so we need to get steering specialization in order to get any of these upgrades. So we're going to need to sell 10 cars sort of as the first port of call. But I have a plan. My plan is as follows. First things first, we're gonna get all of the research done for all of the initial technological bits and bobs. So all the safety features, all the environmental features, all convenience features, etc., etc., etc. That is the first thing that we're gonna do. We're gonna get all of that done and dusted, nice and easy to resolve, pretty darn simple to do, right? Then we're going to pick a part of this process, i.e., I think we're probably going to fit accessories or fit the electronics, and then what we're going to do is we're going to expand that and get it all upgraded and whatnot, and that will basically allow us to install advanced features, and it means that we can sort of take one part of the process, expand it, and make it work, make it all better. That's the plan anyway. Hopefully it'll work. I guess we'll just have to wait and see. Is there another loan available from the bank? There is indeed. There is indeed another loan available from the bank. How are we doing? How are we doing in terms of selling this car? The price has been knocked down by 20k. Price has been knocked down by 20k. Why is no one buying it? Let me see if I can add on another modifier. All right, knock it down by a further 5% each 5 hours. So this way, we're playing the long game. We're playing the long game. But basically, the longer that a car is in the showroom, the more and more it's going to be discounted by. And eventually it'll sell. As long as we have the money, right? As long as we have the money to maintain our business, then we'll be fine. We'll be fine. I mean, we might need to take out another loan, a very, very high interest loan. I'm not overly thrilled by that prospect, but we might have to do it. Turns out that naming a car Pigeon doesn't actually seem to be helping my sales at all. Oh, you see that? Some sucker bought the discounted model. The black one, yeah. Oh, okay. Not sure what's happening here. What the heck? Oh, this is the. Oh, look, this is a different mode of viewing the. A different mode of viewing the showroom. That's cool. I like that actually. Very confusing, but yeah, I'm in. Okay, great. We sold. Did we sell 2 cars? Did we sell 2 cars? Oh my goodness, we did. We sold 2 cars within the last hour. And that is what I'm talking about. Just like that, we're back in the game, baby. We're back in the game. We're back in the game. Okay, I should probably think about trying to... Uh-oh, rival companies have hit a heater. That's annoying. I should probably think about differentiating some other different types of models. I did say that I was only interested in the high end, but let's you know, let's go for something else. Let's go for... I was gonna call this the Golden Eagle, right? As you can probably gather, my understanding of birds and my experience in naming them is rather limited. Right, the Golden Eagle. Let's get Golden Eagle. Let's make the Golden Eagle yellow. I hate making it yellow, but I mean it's the color of a Golden Eagle, right? For goodness sake. Golden Eagle. Let's price it slightly less pricey, and let's add it to the production schedule. Not like that. Golden Eagle. Add new entry. All right, great. That way, we can hopefully tap into the expensive market as well as the ludicrously luxury market. The ludicrously expensive luxury market, that is. All right. I mean, financially, things are not actually that bad. Soon, these discounts are going to start coming online, and that's going to be great. We're now producing for the expensive market. We should also start producing for just the regular market as well. As long as we can make the numbers work, i.e. as long as our gross profit is large enough to run a profit, then there's nothing to stop me from just producing a car at the very, very high end of the mid-range market. It's a very naughty name, but it is actually a bird, believe it or not. Anyway, let's make it sky blue. I don't think I have a deep blue. No, I don't. I need to get industry veteran in order to get a deep blue color. That's a crying shame. That is a real crying shame. Okay, let's change the schedule again. Let's get one of those. I don't even want to say it just in case I run the risk of getting demonetized. How crazy is that? How crazy is that? Wait, why is it showing as a matte black car? Excuse me? Sky blue, please. There we go. Now we're talking. That's the appropriate color. That's what I'm interested in. Okay. This is good. This is good. So we're using our super luxury expensive brand to channel all of our profits. It says that I'm going to make minus 45% gross profit on that. I think that is not actually true. It does say that the production cost is 65,000, but most of that is due to the overhead, and the overhead is hopefully going to be going away. Can I have a little look at my expenses, please, the last hour? Expenses the last hour majoritively have been the power purchase. Okay, well, you know what that tells me? It tells me that it's time for action. It's time for action. Let's get some power plants. Right, let's get some power plants up and running. We're going to get as many as possible. Right. And now we are completely out of money. All right. Well, that's 30% of our power being produced right now. Looks like I'm going to have to accept another loan. That's a loan for 3-point-something million. I guess we'll repay the other loan. And now, I guess, if we're in for a penny, then we're in for a pound. Means that we're gonna just get as many power plants as we possibly can. There we go. 112% of our power production is now coming from energy produced within our factory, which is wonderful. You know, whilst we're here, let's release the artificial constraints on the process. Let's get a fit body and a fit paint station. There we go. I mean, since we've got 2.3 million to spend anyway, we might as well. And you know what? Let's get another fit body and another fit paint. That's right. All right. Looking good. Looking good. So, suddenly, we've ended up with a massive loan. The massive loan is going to disappear faster than I expect, I'm sure. That's part of the fun, isn't it? There we go. Nice. Okay, let's just hope that that we're going to be able to make our money back. We're going to have a lot of cars in the showroom, but that's a-okay. Only pigeons at the moment. I think that we might have had one golden eagle come through. That's not a problem. Also, now if I have a little look at my other car, we can now see that the gross profit is much, much higher because I brought the overhead cost way down with the expansion of the power plant area. So that has now basically resolved itself. Interestingly enough, this chassis assembly area isn't in itself enough to supply 3 fit body stations. So that's a bit of a bummer, but it's the way that things are, so we're just gonna have to live with it, at least for now. Is another loan available? Another loan is indeed available. You always want to make sure that you've got another loan available, just in case things, as they inevitably do, go badly wrong. They always go badly wrong for me. I don't know if it's just my affliction, a personal affliction, or maybe it is that I am genuinely not very good at strategy games. I don't want to comment on that. But point that I'm making, it's fine. It's fine as long as you have a backup plan. Anyway, as you can see, we're almost done with administration. Then we're going to go on to body design, and then what we're going to do is we are going to start getting all of these other features that are currently unlocked as they are at the moment. Because these, well, I say these features, air conditioning unlocks a separate station, but sat-nav and in-car music, etc., Bluetooth phone support, voice recognition, all are modifications to the Fit Electronics station, and that station doesn't need to be replaced in order to add the upgrades. So, for example, we just click on here, go to upgrades, and we can just get all of the upgrades straight as. Whereas Fit Engine, I don't think, can't do any modifications in the Fit Engine station. Also, looks like the Fit Engine station isn't producing enough stuff. We want to maybe get another Fit Engine station. How long does it take to actually fit the engine? 22 minutes? Get another Fit Engine station, would you? There we go. Fit Accessories is totally fine. I think we can get away with just one Fit Accessories at the moment. I guess we'll see, won't we? This looks good, though. It looks good. Looks like we're just about importing enough resources from that single resource importer, so that's fine, too. We might have some slight lag, but that's not a problem. It's not necessarily a bad thing if we don't have too many cars in our showroom at any one time. All right. This is good. Now we're getting going. Now we're scaling properly. We've got one golden eagle in the showroom. We should very, very shortly have my super naughty car arriving in the showroom. I wish I could just sell off these 2 cars. These 2 cars are garbage. I imagine that this car is going to go pretty darn fast, actually, because the price of this car for what you get is fantastic. It really, really is. It really, really is. You're basically getting the exact same features as a Pigeon Mark 1. Why haven't I marked 1 these cars? Should be the Golden Eagle Mark 1 and the other car Mark 1. I'll do that in a bit. The fact of the matter is that you're getting a great deal. You're getting a great, great, great deal. I don't actually think if I was to introduce another model, if I was to make another model, for example, a model that we aimed to sell as a budget car, would I be able to make a profit with that car? Maybe. It would be pretty darn close. I mean, it says that I would, but I'm not wholeheartedly convinced that that is the case. Okay. Occasionally, just occasionally, we are selling a car or 2. Yeah, we still have a heck of a lot of pigeons. Right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to change the schedule around a little bit. I'm going to increase the number of these cars that I'm making. So 3 cars per hour. What is the number that the market can support? How many customers are in the market for a mid-range sedan? 2. 2 customers per hour, and 3 are in the market for a budget. So ideally, I want to be working to this ratio. I want to be working to the ratio of 2 to 4 to 2 to 3. That doesn't make sense. I need to be working to this ratio instead. So 1.3 to 1.9 to 4.5. That's what I'm after. Alright, let's see if we actually can make a budget car. I feel like this might be folly, but I guess we'll give it a go, right? I said that I was interested in the high end. I lied. I lied. I totally lied. Okay, what do we want to call it? I don't want to call it a seagull. What about a robin? It's a small bird. It's red-breasted, so we'll make a nice red budget car. Sure. And you know what? I'm gonna retroactively amend all of these cars as Mark 1s. Because I actually kind of like the naming convention that I've established. For no reason other than it amuses me. There we go. Alright. Let's do that. And then let's update the schedule. Let's get 4 or 5 of those. So what are the ratios we're working with now? Honestly, that ratio is probably pretty close to being about as good as it can get. Maybe that goes up to 2. But the point is that the vast majority of our production is going to be in the Robins. All right, body design has been completed. Fantastic. We'll get to that in just a second. What I'm going to do is I'm going to get another resource importer. I am so unbelievably... I am so unbelievably deep in trouble that if I don't start selling cars, then we're gonna have a problem. Okay, fit accessories. Fit accessories is fine. How are we doing with all of the fit accessory stuff? Air conditioning. Air conditioning is on the way. We're gonna be the first, hopefully, car manufacturer to get air conditioning up and running. Are we selling any cars? I can honestly barely tell. I feel that we're getting close. We're getting close. We're getting close to being just right. Okay, fit aircon. Let's go. Fit accessories. Fit aircon. Where's the fit accessories? Fit accessories is here. Fit aircon can go right there. Delete that. And delete that as well. And then redo it. Right. Alright, let's see if this works. Are we going to be fitting aircon in any car? I don't know. We now can include air conditioning in all of our cars. Sure, let's include it in absolutely every model of car that we have. Is that a good strategy? I don't actually know. Tell you what though, now that we have got a whole bunch of cars that don't have the appropriate feature that they require, I think what we're going to do is we're going to use this... Excuse me. Why are these cars in the wrong color? Why are these cars in the wrong color? They shouldn't be. They should all be in the same color. Anyway, we're going to use this as an excuse to go on a fire sale. Right, uninstalled features. Uninstalled features give another 10% discount. Is that gonna improve the cost of anything? The cost of this luxury Pigeon Mark 1, the very first car that we've ever produced. 150k. That's an absolute knockdown bargain price. I can't even keep a straight face saying it. It should be a good price though. I mean, it feels like it's a good price. Okay, we need to get more fit accessory stations. I tell you what, I'm actually not doing too badly. I'm fighting back. This loan is large, but I'm just about managing. Right, how long does it take the aircon to be fitted? 2 minutes? Barely any time at all. Great. Alright, let's see if this makes any difference. Hopefully we can speed the process up and get a bit more stuff done. We are importing the resources from quite a ways away. But honestly, I mean, that doesn't really seem to be mattering. Also, this is a very, very small factory space, so I say very, very far away. It is technically like the other side of the map, but the map is fairly small at the moment. Also, I've just realized that we've just dipped below our energy production limit thing, so we're gonna work on that. Okay. Things should improve slightly. And we can start getting rid of this backlog. I don't actually mind a backlog. I just don't want a huge backlog, right? So, for example, if there's a large backlog here, might be a reason to get another fit engine station. What we ideally want to do, right? What we ideally want to do is we want to see this graph like increase as high as we possibly can. 70% is actually pretty flippin' good, if I do say so myself, and is actually probably one of the best figures that I've ever had in any game ever. Certainly, it's very, very impressive anyway. But the point is that it's better for every slot to be occupied at all times. That's what we want to see happening. Anyway, how's everything else going? We should have cars with air conditioning installed now. Right, how long have you been in the showroom? 30 hours. I don't think we've made any account for cars that are in for longer than 25. Right. 30. 35. Yeah, I have no idea if this is a good strategy or not. It feels right. It feels like we're eventually going to arrive at the point where everything will sort of just sell itself. And eventually, it'll sell itself by just discounting. The car will just automatically discount to a degree where it's sellable, I guess. Right. Let's give that a shot. Okay, so how much is this car worth now? 140K. This is a bargain, folks. It's an absolute bargain. An absolute bargain. You'd be a fool not to try it. Or maybe the opposite, actually. Maybe the exact opposite. You'd be a fool to try it. Okay. And everyone is getting air conditioning now. It says we're technically making a gross loss on the Robin. If we're making a gross loss, then we're going to be making a very, very small gross loss. So not actually worried about that. This is a sign that we're making too many of the sedans. That's a bit of a bummer, but that's okay. I say sedans. I meant Golden Eagles. Yeah, the expensive cars, not the luxury cars. But again, it's all okay as long as we have a system in place, which we absolutely do, to discount the cars appropriately and therefore sell off any excess stock that we do indeed have. It's wonderful. It's wonderful. It's grand. It's glorious, and it should work. It should work just fine. All right, let's upgrade all of the slots and let's edit all of our models. All of our models will now come with SatNav. Fantastic. So now customers who are looking at my existing showroom are going to be getting an absolute steal. You can get an old Pigeon Mark 1 without SatNav and without air conditioning. Man, that's a bad deal. That is a bad deal. For the low price of 140K. Meanwhile, you could get a Robin Mark 1 for literally like a fifth of that price. Boy, oh boy. All right, uninstalled features. Let's bump that up. Let's bump that up to 15%. See if we can try and shift this one flippin' car. It's impossible. He's just not moving. This pigeon has come home to roost, and he's just not leaving. He's just not leaving. Okay, do we need to get another fit engine station? I'm not entirely convinced that we do, to be honest. I think we can be quite content with what we've got at the moment. Also, production efficiency at the moment is pretty good, to be honest. It's pretty darned good. Yeah, I'm very happy. I'm not so happy with our cash, but that's okay. Still no sign that this car is going to get sold. 2,300 customers, or just shy of, have come through and looked at this car, and everyone has said they're looking for a different body style. Well, that's a real shame. Also, speaking of different body style, I really should think about getting some design studios. I will finish out in-car music first, and then I'm going to start getting one body style. Right. Let's get in-car music in absolutely every car. I don't know if this is a strat. I don't know if it's not a strat. Whatever. I just want all of my cars to have all of the features. It's very exciting, isn't it? Right, let's get a design studio in there. I think a single design studio will be absolutely ample. And as I said before, we're going to start work immediately on the Sedan design variant 2, which is going to allow us to make a different style of car, which is quite nice. Something that I'm looking forward to. Maybe it'll satisfy some of the people that are complaining that they want a different body style. I don't know. I don't know. I can't read the mind of the customer. It's the most difficult thing to do. I do see our money sort of increasing sort of occasionally, which is very nice. I mean, our income graph is dodgy. My expenses in the last hour are entirely down to capital investment. What did I invest in? I don't think I invested in anything. Oh yeah, I invested in this thing, of course. And we're already 8% of the way through that design. That's actually pretty darn good. I wasn't expecting to be making as much progress as we are on the car as quickly as we are. That didn't really make sense. Doesn't really make sense, but I think you get the picture. Also, looking at our income graph, I think that you can see things are actually okay. Things are actually okay. Budget and mid-range cars, unexpectedly, or should I say, completely expectedly, have ended up being the main ticket item. And why wouldn't you, right? I mean, the Robin is an absolute steal. We're making hardly any money from it, but I mean, it is an absolute steal for what you're getting. It's real good. It's very, very nice, and our finances are reflecting that. In fact, I bet if I have a little look, yep, you can see that there are no Robins. There are no Robins at all in the showroom, which says to me we need to try and make some more Robins. So I'm going to tweak the production schedule ever so slightly and just get slightly more Robins, slightly less EU, and the same number of EU. Okay, so 60% of our manufacturing is now going to go towards making budget cars, which is pretty depressing, to be honest. Don't like it at all. But that's where the customers are. And if we're gonna make thin profits, then I guess we're just gonna make thin profits. There's no point in continuing to manufacture this stupidly overpriced car in the hope that people will actually buy it. I mean, I will still make the occasional car, but people obviously aren't buying it. They're obviously not. Okay, let's upgrade that to 25%. 25% discount for uninstalled features. Yeah, all right. Maybe we'll shift some stock. Also, we've hit our target to sell 10 cars. Yep, we've hit our target to sell 10 cars, which is quite good. Means that we can start getting some specializations started in just a second, which is also quite nice to consider. That's pretty darn good. Alrighty then. Our finances still fluctuating, unfortunately, but I think that we can just about survive. You know what I'm gonna do? Something that I haven't actually considered, or it's something that I haven't actually considered thus far. I'm gonna get more robots. The reason that I'm gonna get more robots will become apparent in just a second. Now, what I usually do is I get more robots and I just go bam, I smack an upgrade on absolutely every station. So the fit engine station will get an upgrade, the paint station will get an upgrade, etc., etc., etc. However, this time, what if I use robots as sort of a targeted efficiency improvement increase? So by that I mean, why don't I just increase the efficiency of the chassis assembly by like 10%? It will increase the power consumption, yada yada yada. It doesn't actually matter. But the point is that if I can get extra robots Mark 1 installed on literally just the chassis assembly, then that would mean the chassis assembly would probably consistently be able to supply all of the other stations. And maybe I can use that just slightly to tweak electricity. So it now takes 11 minutes and 59. We're slightly closer. We're slightly closer to getting 3 cars out. Very, very slightly. Can I get extra robots too? What do I need in order to get extra robots too? Even more robots? Yeah, get that research, please. Also, Look at this. We're making money. We're making that little green line there. That is hope. That is hope manifest. That is beautiful. Anytime that green line goes above the red line, I'm just so happy. I'm just so happy. That's so great. That's so great. Okay, have we sold any of these ridiculously expensive? we sold the original pigeon. The original pigeon. The pigeon has flown the roost. Oh, that's great. That is such great news. That is just the greatest news. As suspected, our super budget car is still the big seller. As you can see, we've got 7 million? Yes, that's $7 million worth of stock in the showroom at the moment. The Pigeon Mark 1 is not selling at all. But I gotta say, I mean, when it sells, right? The budget car is making us bank. Over the past 24 hours, we've sold a heck of a lot of them. And actually, I mean, much less of this is actually profit, but that's still not too bad. Okay, let's get another sort of targeted laser strike upgrade to the even more robots section. So now we're at 11 minutes and 13 seconds. That's still not really fast enough. Robots galore. Let's get this. Yeah, so still not really fast enough to make 3 chassis in time for each fit body station. So for it to be faster, for this chassis assembly to be fast enough to supply 3 fit body stations, then we would need to get this number below about 10 minutes and 40 seconds. I don't think that we're going to hit that, because I don't think that Extra Robots 3 gives us a massive speed increase. It gives us a 5% speed increase. Yeah. But I think, honestly, like, little upgrades like this, I think, might be the way in which we can make some improvements. Some pretty easy to make improvements. What about liquid-cooled welding? That's another 5%. Okay, let me add liquid-cooled welding to the queue. Pop that up to the top. There we go. And then I can be pretty happy about that. Okay, starting to accumulate some robins in the showroom. This basically means that I haven't got the demand absolutely perfectly spot on. And I'll probably need to tweak the production schedule a little bit. However, given the low number that seemed to be sticking around in the showroom, that's not too bad. That's not too bad at all. That's not too bad at all. And it does say that we're making a loss, but I'm not convinced. I'm not convinced. The production cost is that. I mean, look. I'm certain that we're making money. I'm certain that we're making money, especially in combination with the sales of our other cars. I mean, I don't exactly want to be losing money on every car, but we're selling them at least. I tell you what I could do. What if I was to modify the Robin and take out the fancies? What if I do that? Also, how does that show in the showroom now? Does it show that I have got extra features? This has got loads of features, yeah. All right, this is fine. This is fine. Yeah, I can keep the production costs of the Robin down if I just if I make it the absolute bare bones, the most bare bones car possible. Okay, robots galore and then liquid-cooled welding is coming along nicely. The Sedan design variant 2 is also similarly almost completed, which is just El Grando, if you ask me. And it looks like the chassis assembly is just about keeping pace with all of the fit body stations. So, I mean, look at this. Look at this. Our production efficiency is pretty darn good, actually. 64% of the machines that we have in the factory running. I mean, it immediately goes down just to prove that I'm wrong. But I mean, that's pretty good. That's pretty good. As long as we're trending towards perfect, I'm not too bothered. I'm not too bothered about slight sort of inconsistencies here and there. we can just about make do. All right, fantastic. The first secondary design is now available to us. Let me immediately choose another car design. Something which we can do. Let's get the compact body. Sure. Compact car seems entirely reasonable to manufacture at this process, given that my company is called Soaring Eagles ? It's probably about as grand as you can expect. The compact car, the humble compact car. Anyway, I'm just. Ooh, look at this. Look at this. All right, hold on a second. So what I want to do is I want to create the similar model. I want to go to Mark II. That's right. And we go next variant. Right. So now I have got a second variant for each and every type of car. There we go. Bish bash bosh. And the Robin as well, just for good measure. Still says that I'm losing money on the Robin. I'm not convinced that I am, and I'm certainly not convinced that I will be after I make these changes. Right, we need to do the colors for these cars again so that I can easily identify them. Regency reds, Golden Eagles yellow, Blue Tits that, and that. Alright, did that not save? It should save. Let me have a look. That's looking good. Okay, so now we need to start thinking about... Oh, unresearched features cruise control. That's a bit of a bummer. I need to get cruise control, as that is becoming a common upgrade among luxury cars. Not like I really care about my luxury car at the moment. It's pretty grim. Anyway, let's change the schedule and get some more stuff added to it. So, let's start with the Golden Eagle. Sure. Then let's go to the Pigeon. All Mark IIs, of course. Then the Robin. And then this one, of course. How could I forget? Okay, so let's try and make the cars in pretty much the exact same quantities. So 1 Golden Eagle, 1 Pigeon, 6 Robins, and 2? Yeah, 2 of those cars. Right, grand. So that means, on the whole, that we should basically like half the production of each variant, which again I don't know if that's gonna improve my sales. I don't know if it's perhaps a dreadful mistake. I guess we'll have to wait and see. I kind of want to see one of these cars assembled. I don't know when the first different design variant is going to be assembled. No, doesn't look like that's the one. No. I guess we'll just have to wait and see exactly what is in store for us. But until that point, we can be quite content with the efficiency that we currently have. Okay, so you 31. Also, maybe I should get I don't think I can get robots. No, I can't get robots in the painting area. But I could get an upgrade on the whole to the painting area, which would maybe get us closer to 100% efficiency. Robots galore. I'm not going to upgrade everywhere. I'm just going to buy here. 1046. I mean, that's pretty darn close. That's pretty darn close to getting... That's pretty darn close to getting exactly where we need to get. Okay, so 10 minutes 46. 10 minutes 46 times 3... It's roughly 30 minutes, 31 minutes, 30. Okay, so now there should actually be, if my calculations are correct, there should now actually be a backlog. There should now be a backlog on the line. So we should very, very slowly start to see the chassis assembly outproduce all of these fit body stations. If I'm correct, which I think I am, then we should have basically hit about maximum efficiency that we can possibly hit with this area, which is really, really good because it means that this entire area is basically now as efficient as it can actually get, which is just wonderful. Yes, very, very happy about that. Very, very happy about that. That's really, really good. And that should in theory give us even more efficiency, which is what I'm all about. All about that efficiency, yo. You know what? Maybe we can even ditch one of these fit accessories stations. Yeah. So 22 minutes. Maybe we could ditch one of these fit accessory stations if we get all of these upgrades. Not sure if we want to do that quite yet. The reason that I'm not sure that we want to do that is because I don't want to destroy a fit accessory station and then have to go and replace it. That doesn't seem like a smart financial move. However, speaking of smart financial moves, I seemingly am making quite a few smart financial moves. We're pretty profitable. We are pretty profitable. I'm still waiting for the first secondary design variant to come through, though. Has it been painted yet? No. Ah, that looks like the second design variant. That's a Golden Eagle Mark II. Fantastic. What's being serviced in there? That's a Robin Mark I. That's a Pigeon Mark II. And that's a Robin Mark II. Lovely. So it looks like they're coming through thick and fast now, which is great. So as soon as we see them filtered into the fit engine station, then subsequently to the fit accessory station, and once they get to the export area, then we should see if they sell differently. I think this is the first one. This is the first Robin that's going to make it through, I think. I think so anyway. Yeah, I do think I need to work on the fit accessories area a little bit. It could definitely be improved. Yeah, we definitely don't need two of them. Oh, fantastic. Right through the center. Okay, let me not focus on you for a second. I'm going to take that away. And I'm going to get this upgraded. So now we're up to 11 minutes. Okay. I think 11 minutes and 55. And then this produces in 10 minutes and 54. I actually think that 1 is going to be just perfect to get the fit engine where we need it to be. Also, that is the Robin that is just about to be exported. We should see it pop up in just a second. There we go. Just like that. Let's go and have a look at it in the showroom. Oh, it looks fantastic. Looking for a different body style, insufficient features. If it's got insufficient features, then, you know, maybe you should consider buying a more expensive car. Was it sold? No, that wasn't sold. But at least we've now got a different body style with which we can pitch to people and say, hey, look at this. It's cool. And we're gonna be producing this in exactly the same quantities as we are producing all of the existing Mark I sedan body types. So I guess we'll have to see how it goes, right? We'll just have to roll with the punches. How long has this car been in the showroom? 50 hours? 52 hours? Yeah, wow. All right. Wow. 3,400 customers. It's literally halved in price. That's how long it's been in the showroom. Literally crazy. That still hasn't sold. Can I have a little look, actually, and see if I've sold any of those cars? All time, I've sold 1 Robin Mark II. Why? Why does it only shows me selling 1, but doesn't actually show me making any money from that? I don't know. Tell you what, the Golden Eagle is garbage. Not selling very well at all. Oh, look. Robin Mark II has started to sell, which is grand. Are we making money on the Robin Mark II? See, look at this. I told you the Robin would come good. I told you the Robin would come good. I knew all along it was bound to be a success. The Robin has landed, ladies and gents. The Robin has landed. On that note, ladies and gents, we're going to wrap this episode up. Thanks as ever to my generous patrons over at patreon.com/openpotato. It's people like that make videos like this possible, and I really am grateful to support it. Grateful for the support. It's greatly appreciated. All right, folks, thank you very much for watching this episode of Production Line with a design variety pack. Tune in next time for some more bird-related shenanigans. I'll see you then. Bye.